There's a lot of video games in the world, but there's only one, Musha. It's kind of a bizarre name for a video game, especially one of the greatest games ever made. But it's an acronym. It stands for Metallic Uniframe Super Hybrid Armor. And this game has a copyright of 1990 on it, now making that 18 years old. And this is a relatively rare, highly sought after cartridge for the Sega Genesis. In fact, Musha will cost you more than buying a brand new game for the Xbox 360 or PS3. One of my goals here on Classic Game Room HD is to give the world's largest dissertation on why Musha is one of the greatest video games ever made. And this is part 1 of our 7-part review of Musha. Not to be confused with Mushu, the killer whale from Futurama. There's a lot of things that make this one of the best video games of all time. First and foremost, it's incredibly fun to play. It never gets boring. And that's very important. You'll hear a lot of reviews on Classic Game Room HD where I criticize games for being repetitive and requiring strict memorization to win the game. This game requires some memorization, but every time you play it, it's a little bit different. And that's one of the things that makes this game so much fun, is it simply does not get boring. The game has 7 levels, hence our 7-part review where we're going through each level. The level designs are quite fascinating. They have great art direction, they're very creative, and they have a nice variety of enemies and end bosses that try to kill you. Furthermore, this game has, in my opinion, the best soundtrack of any video game ever made in the history of the universe. If there's a better soundtrack than this, I just simply haven't heard it. This music is so good that you want to rip it to your Xbox so that the next time you play Forza, you can listen to the music from Musha. Because it's great driving music. We'll start with the basics here. Now on the surface, this may look like a normal vertical shooter. You're the lone spaceship fighting wave after wave of enemy to defeat some kind of alien aggressor. I don't have the packaging for the game, so I haven't read exactly what it's about. And like most games, I really don't care that much. What I like to do is shoot things and blow them up and have a good time playing the game. In the movie cutscene, we already saw that this is a suicidal mission and that we're going to be a hero, even though the commander was telling us not to be a hero. But what fun would it be if we weren't trying to be a hero? That would be a very boring video game. So that's your little guy there in the center. That's Musha. You can see when you move forward and backwards, his little legs swing with him. What makes this game unique are your little buddies, as I call them. Your little buddies are your 2 little spaceships that hang around with you. And you'll see throughout the entire game on the top right there where it says X09 at the moment next to my little spaceship buddy, that I have 9 little buddies in reserve. There might be a technical name for these guys. I don't know. I just call them my little buddies, because they're very important to your survival in this game. So you don't want to lose any of your little buddies. You can tell them where to shoot. They can shoot forward. They can shoot diagonally like they're doing now. They can shoot behind you. They can shoot in the opposite direction in which you're moving, which is actually my favorite way to use them. They can roll around you, or you can set them for free, and that lets them loose and they go off and kill enemy targets on their own. Right now, Musha is going inside the enemy base, and we're going to go with him in Part 2.